Debsploit. Today we are tackling a fundamental topic for Linux users. So is our file ownership and permission using a powerful chmod command. Whether you are a beginner or looking to refine your skills, this tutorial will give you a comprehensive understanding of managing file permissions effectively. Okay, now let's dive in. Let's first talk about how file ownership works in Linux. So each file or a directory has an owner. Now, an owner is the user who created the file. Okay, and we also have a group, and a group is a set of users who can share the same permissions, right? Now, permission in Linux are divided into three categories, and we are going to check them one by one. Okay, now we have a permission. We are going to start with the read as a permission. Now, this allows viewing the content of the file. Then we also have write. Now, write allows modifying or deleting the file. So by writing, you can be able to modify a file or delete the file. Now, we also have the executing as a privilege. So with this will allow you to run the file as a program. Okay, now like in each category applies the three entities. Okay, now we have a owner, which is donated by U, and we also have the group which will be donated by G, and others or everyone else, okay, which will be donated by O. So we are going to check together this permission and define who can do what with the file. Okay, now let's jump into a terminal to explore how the permissions are displayed and run the commands. Okay, now this is our terminal, and we are going to start by navigating to our directory, which for me I'm going to use the desktop. Okay, now by using this, let me just get in. Now I will list to see what I have in my desktop. Okay, now I want to say let us pick a file here. We want to pick this file here so that we'll be able to manipulate it. Okay, now we'll be able to change the privileges from user, groups, and others. Now before we start to manipulate this file, let's get into chmod. We want to know more about chmod. Now we'll man chmod. Okay, then now here this is the name chmod here, but now what this command will be doing will be changing the file mode bits. Okay, which means now we are going to change the bits of the file, in short. Okay, now here we have two types. We have the symbolic mode, and we also have the octal mode. So the difference between symbolic mode and octal mode, with symbolic mode, we are going to use the symbols that I mentioned there previously, that we have U that will represent the users, and we also have G that will represent the group, and we also have O that will represent others or everyone else. Or we can use A that will represent all. Okay, and I will be showing you how we are going to use all those symbols in that matter. Now, when we talk about the octal mode, with the octal mode, we'll be using the digits, I mean the binary, and for this I will prepare as another video that will be explaining everything in deep, so that you understand very well. And now I don't want you to get confused in this. Okay, now for this video, let's stick to symbolic mode, and that's what we are going to start with. Okay, now let's say we have the file as a test.txt. Okay, and by default the privileges are the user can write, the user can read and also modify the file. The group can also read and modify the file, all as well delete it. Okay, then we also have others here. They are only allowed to read the file. Now, what are we going to do here? Now, we want to say that chmod. Now, I want to explain something about chmod here. This ch means change, and this mod means mod. Okay. Now I think now there you've got it. Now let's say chmod. We want to change. We want to give a user a privilege of executing. Okay. Now here we'll say chmod. Then we specify user. We denote it by letter U. Then I am going to use a plus sign to indicate addition. Then I am specify the privilege I want to add, whereby I'm going to add X. Okay. Now remember here I will be showing you two alternative way how to do that. So just keep calm. Okay. Now text. After this is the user. We've specified the user, and this the command the privilege that we are adding on user. Okay. Now after that you have to specify the file. Now we are specifying test.txt. Okay. Then we enter. Now when we list by ls, we should be able to see that the privilege of a user is the user is now able to execute the file because we've added it here. Okay, you can see we've added the executable privilege in user. Now what about we also want to add we want to add the group the privilege to execute the file. Okay, we'll come here and say chmod, then we specify group, then we use additional sign, then we add. This means now we are adding the executable or the executable privilege to a group. Okay, then we specify the file. Now test.txt. Okay, then enter. Now when we list here, now we are able to see that both the user and the group now can execute the file. Okay, and how about now instead of adding one by one, I want to add all of them at a go. Or you want to I can also show you here how to remove these executable privileges that we've added, so that you'll get it very well. Okay, now we are going to use chmod, then we specify by now we can combine by using u user and g group. Then we say for the user and group we want to take away executable permissions from them. Now we'll use a minus sign, then we minus executable permission, then we specify the file. So is test.txt. Okay, then enter. Now you'll see that when we list, we'll be able to see that now the file are not executable here. Okay, now you can see this and have a difference here. Okay, the file were able to be executable here, but now after withdrawing the executable permission, now they cannot execute. Okay, now I want to add now all to do what? To be able to execute the file, which means the user can execute the file, the group can execute, and others can also execute the file. Now, we have two ways here. I can decide to say that chmod, okay, then we can say user, then we also specify group, then also say others by denoting O, then we add executable privilege, okay, then we specify the file, okay, test.txt. But at the same time, you see here, we may also waste time to write all of this, okay. What do you think if what do you think if we remove all this user, group, and O this way, then we place there by letter A. Now A means all, okay. Now we can say A plus sign, which means now we are adding the executable privilege to all of them. All this means user, group, and others, okay. Then I press enter. When I list, I expect all to have the executable what? Permission. Now you can see here we have user have executable permission, group have executable permission, and all others also have the executable permission. So that's how we can also do it. Let me clear the terminal so that have a clear screen. Now let me list so that we see the state of our file. Now this is the file. Now we've talked about how to add and also how to minus. Now we still want to talk about how to remove the permissions or the privileges, okay. Now we want to say now we want to remove all, I mean the user, the group, and the others not to be able to execute and write, okay. Now we can say chmod, okay, then we specify that all we use a minus sign. What do you want to withdraw from all of this? We want to withdraw all not to be, to execute. We can start with the all not to execute, then all not to write, okay, so that we only remain with now the user, the group, and the others. They can only read that file, but they cannot modify the file or delete it or execute it, okay. They cannot run it as a program when we talk about execution, okay. Then now we specify the file test.txt, okay, then enter. Now when we list, you find that now they cannot execute the file or they cannot modify or write it, okay. Now they only have the privilege to read the file only, so they can't do any modification or delete or execute the file, okay. Now that being said, I think for the symbolic format, or I mean for the symbolic mode, I think we are done, and we are going to check of the octal mode in the next video. Please, if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe and also remember to hit the that bell so that whenever we upload the content like this, you don't miss. Let's meet in the next one.